So here we are, we've unloaded the wood and we stacked it up in an area where I can put it in the window when I'm ready. And there's another window behind here. I stacked a bunch of odd stuff in front of that window. When I open it up, I'll be able to grab them from the inside and pull them in. Now, one thing's, this is kind of like the third stage, cutting it, loading it, and now stacking it in. I prefer to handle it the least as possible, so often I'll put it right in place where the next step is, right into the stove. But in this case, I need to do some cleanup in the basement and I'm out of room. So I'm kind of making an exception to my own rule, and that is I'm stacking it out here temporary. Now, temporary could be months, could be even a year, but at some point it then has to go in the house. And I can't just carry it in and put it in the stove. Now I guess I could carry some around and put a few blocks in, but that would be time consuming. And I most likely would put it inside, because when the weather gets bad, you don't really want to come outside and get it, but you can. Now I'm putting it in a place where the roof's going the other way, so I'm not having a whole bunch of stuff coming down on here. It's on the dark side of the house, but it will dry. And if I was to put it inside and start piling it in there, and then when I start using the stove, it would continue to dry a lot faster and put vapor back into the house, which would be great because wood is dry and you often have to put something on the stove to keep the moisture high enough in your house. But but we don't have the luxury of doing that because I'm out of space right now. I need to do a lot of cleanup in there. So the bottom line is I crisscross the ends. You want everything solid. I try to use split pieces. I try to use some split pieces next to them because I don't want these ends pushing out. I want everything solid, so when you go like this, it really doesn't move much. And same way with down here. If anything, you want to bring it in a little bit. You see how it's coming in a little bit of slant, so the weight is pulling it in. And we got a good stack here, so I'd say there's a good two-face cord here, which makes sense because I was thinking I was getting about one on each truckload. So there's a bunch of wood here, and I had put one pile on the other side. So this is getting wood ahead, which it's a beautiful time of year. The leaves are falling. You can see our tree is like the last one in the village to lose its leaves. It's pretty much starting to lose them today. And it's starting to fill up the road out here. Might have to do some raking. It's best to put those leaves right back underneath the tree. So our tree's doing well. Just a little quick update. We've got a few black spots here that still bother me, but we're going to treat it each year. And I'm hoping that really helps it, or it continues to stay healthy and this does not get out of control. And we got a little one growing here. So ideally, I'll put all the leaves underneath here today. Well, a bunch, not all of them. I got other stuff to do too. Okay, so our wood's ready and we're ready to move on to the next project.